Today is December 5th, 2020, day 5 of my Vlogmas Aikido at Home challenge. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and take a minute and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and please feel free to comment below. Let me know what you think about these Aikido at Home exercises. Today's exercise is a variation of Shihogi, 4-direction cut. I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. The first part will go over the strike, which is going to be an uppercut strike. The second part will go over the Shihogi, the 4 directions. And the third part, we're going to add in the Kusshin. If you haven't watched my day 3 Aikido at Home vlog challenge, please go back and watch that before trying to do part 3 so that you can get the correct form for doing the Kusshin, the squats. Shihonage is a derivative of the Shihogi, the 4-direction cut. So practicing this movement is going to definitely help you build on your Shihonage techniques. Let's start off with part 1. We're going to learn the strike. It's an uppercut strike, so the sword is coming from below, going down and up. So let's start off in Migi no Kamae. Make sure you've got that good deep Kamae. So your knee is bent, the sword perpendicular to the ground is touching the ground and not your foot. Okay, you've got that good deep Kamae. Start off in Chudan. Okay, you're going to twist this hip back, twist the right hip back. So start twisting that hip back, that brings the sword up. Then you're going to pull it straight back, and this is a strike straight behind you. Okay, so we've got actually 2 strikes in this exercise. There's 2 strikes. There's the uppercut and the ski straight back. Okay, so let's start that again. So we're hearing it, good strong Kamae Chudan. Pull your hip back, bring that sword straight back as if somebody's behind you and they're about to strike you, and you ski right into them. Now, bring the, as you twist the left hip, twist it back, you bring this twisting the sword right now with the right hand, and then bringing that sword straight up, uppercut, right? Now, continuing to pull that left hip back, so I'm turning that left hip, pulling the sword back, going straight back behind me, skiing straight behind me into this position with my Migi no Kamae, right foot forward. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to twist that sword, bring it straight up, and cut up again. And that's it. Okay, so, and then we back to this side. So as I'm pulling my right hip, pulling the sword, skiing straight back, and then churning that sword as I turn my hips, striking up, then churning that sword, still pulling the left hip back, striking straight behind me, and then again, I'm churning that sword and striking up. Okay, so part 1 is complete. Okay, now we're going to do Shihogi. With Shihogi, we move in 4 directions. To the north, to the south, to the west, and to the east. Let's pretend that me facing you is north. So it's going to be north, right? Then I'm going to go south. Then I'm going to go west, and then I'm going to go east. And then I'm going to go back to my starting position north. Let's get this footwork out of the way first, so we get the Shihogi. So from here, this is going to be a little bit different than your traditional Shihogi, so I'm not going to bend my knees right now. Let's just work on the footwork. I'm going to turn, step back, and strike north, right? Then I'm going to turn, strike south, and then I'm going to strike north again. Now this time, I need to reposition myself, so I'm going to lift the sword over my head, and here is my strike back. Okay, so I'm now in position to strike forward, and then I strike south, I strike back, and then I strike south again. Okay, now I'm going to reposition myself again. So I'm going to lift the sword over my head, reposition, striking east behind me, back here, step forward, striking west. Then I'm going to turn the sword, strike east behind me, and then strike west. Now I'm going to reposition myself. So I'm going to turn around like this, striking west behind me, and then stepping forward, striking east, turning the sword back, and then again striking east. And then I'm just going to finish in Chudan in front of me. Okay? So this is the Shihogi, that's the form. Let's go over it one more time. Okay? It's a little complicated. You might have to pause this and study it, but basically I'm striking right side, left side, right, north. Okay? Then I'm turning around and striking right side, left side, south. Then I'm turning to my west, striking right side, left side, west. And then I'm turning east and I'm striking right side, left side, east. Okay? But I'm adding in that ski behind me. Okay? So it's an uppercut with a thrust behind. So let's go over the footwork one more time. Okay, you're here. You're going to pull the sword back to get into position to strike north. Okay, so we start off in Chudan. We're going to end in Chudan. We pull that back. We strike. We ski straight back, thrust back, and then turn the sword, strike uppercut, right? Then turn the sword back, thrust behind you, and then again north. Okay, now we're going to flip around here like this and thrust behind to get into the position to strike south. So I'm going to turn, cut, turn, cut, and then I'm going to turn to the east here, thrusting down to the east, and then striking to the west with the right side, thrusting to the east, striking to the west. Now I'm going to turn my hips like this, thrusting to the east, getting ready, to the west, and then getting ready to strike to the east, back, east, and then I'm going to end in Chudan facing north. Maybe you're going to have to watch this a few times. You can bounce the playhead back and slow motion it if you want to get this footwork out of the way. And now we're going to move on to part 3. Now we're going to add the Kusshin, the squats. Okay, so this is going to be the hard part because this is really going to burn your legs. But we're going to do the same thing, Shihogi with the uppercut strike, and adding in the squats. So we're going to start here. So from this position, oh, by the way, if you haven't watched my Aikido at Home Vlogmas number 3, episode 3, December 3rd, go back and watch that so you can get the Kusshin. The Kusshin part is really important. Basically, you're going to twist your right hip back, pull your foot back, and you're going to thrust behind you, drawing your left foot to your right heel, and then going down. Okay, then you're going to, as you're twisting, you're going to twist that blade, turn your hips, step forward, strike. Then you're going to start pulling your left heel to your right heel, pushing that sword back, thrusting behind you, and then going down for the Kusshin, the squat. And then same thing, twist your hips, bring your left foot forward, striking that uppercut strike. This time you're going to leave the sword there, twisting your hips, pulling your right heel to your left heel, going down. Okay, now you're going to stand up as you're turning, and then you're going to thrust straight behind you, pulling your right heel to your left heel, going down. Okay, now as you turn your hips, you're going to turn that blade. We're striking south now. Strike that uppercut south, pull your left heel to your right heel, turn the sword back to thrust, and go down. Okay? And now you're going to twist that sword, and you're going to do your second strike to the south, and leaving the sword there, pulling your heels together, and going down, and then twisting, striking, thrusting to the east, pulling your heels together, going down. Now I'm striking to the west. So I'm going to turn my hips, turn the sword, step forward with the right, uppercut to the west, pull that left heel to the right heel, pushing that sword thrusting back and going down. And then my second strike to the west. I'm going to pull my heels together, leaving my sword there. Go stand up, twisting all the way back, thrusting back on the right side, going down, twisting up, striking to the east now with the right foot, bringing my heels together, pulling that sword back, going down, and then one more thrust strike to the east, this time going down, and I'm going to stand up and twist and strike forward. That's the end of this exercise. We did the 4 directions: north, south, west, and east. Okay, I'll do it one more time. Why don't you grab your sword, and if you want, try to do this with me. I'll do it one more time slow, without the verbal explanation. We're just going to go through it, okay? You ready? Stand in Chudan. Alright, so that was Shihogi. I hope you enjoyed day 5 of my Aikido at Home Vlogmas Challenge. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so that you'll be notified on future updates, and always feel free to comment below. I'll see you tomorrow for our day 6 Aikido at Home exercise that's going to help you improve your Aikido.